Talk about things getting interesting. We had Cy Harvey out in front. Lap traffic did cause a problem, and he'll head to the pits.
Yeah, Cy Harvey probably a little bit frustrated at this point. He had a real good run going there today, was probably on his way to what could have been 2 wins in a row and 3 wins on the season. So he was well on his way. Okay, we got a restart now. Cy Harvey had to go to the pits. Cameron Conrad, a lap car on the inside, gives the lead now to Doug Stokes. While we were away, Alana, Wayne Smith, we mentioned, was the early leader, or the leader of the race there to take over after Harvey had trouble. And wouldn't you know it, the drive shaft broke just when they were coming around, and he's gone pit side. So there we got trouble there. We were talking earlier, poor Grace Fraser. She's going to hit another one of them table discussions over the beans and bacon tomorrow night, because there's Frank Fraser Sr. and Cy Harvey, whose crew chief is Frank Fraser Jr., coming together as the field comes back under the yellow flag.
Long-standing battle between Frank Fraser, Cy Harvey, and something you don't want to do is get Cy Harvey all frustrated. So things have kind of turn of events for Cy Harvey today. Was your race leader, and not too good for Cy Harvey right now. Frank Fraser also involved.
Both cars are able to get away there, run on their own power, so we'll take a look there and see if we can get things lined up again. Good shot of the crowd. Great day for a race. Beautiful. Okay, we're back, Alana. We got lap traffic again. Cameron Conrad in the 15 car on the inside there. Doug Stokes takes over the early lead. Terry Clattenburg is second. You might ask, look who's third.
Greg Seward, number 99. Yes, he's up there. He has to be, because he's leading the points in the MASCAR. Terry Clattenburg is second spot in points, and Greg Seward again protecting that championship, and he's going to stay up there if he wants to maintain that lead, with only one more MASCAR race to go next weekend in New Brunswick at Petty Raceway. Yeah,
just as we went to break there, it said that Wayne Smith was running in first place after Cy Harvey had the unfortunate incident. Just as they were getting ready to line up, Smith snapped a drive shaft, so his day is done. He's in the pits with no drive shaft. That gives the lead to Stokes. But there's Clattenburg and Seward side by side. There's 2 old nemesis, been around for a long time. Seward now trying to make the move on the outside and bringing Dean Clattenburg with him. So we've got 2 Clattenburgs, Doug Stokes and Greg Seward, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Bob Ewell now in the 33 tucks in. So we got a 5-way battle for first place.
This is what the big crowd likes to see. The restarts, cars all bunch up, makes racing more exciting here as the top guys go for it coming down the front stretch. Doug Stokes on the inside, Greg Seward now on the outside of Stokes. As we have Terry Clattenburg in the mix, Bobby Ewell and Dean Clattenburg.
2 by 2 down the backstretch. Seward on the outside, Stokes on the inside, Clattenburg on the outside of Clattenburg. So now we've got 99 on the outside and 92 on the outside. And remember, we were talking earlier about the track coming to them, and it looks like it's finally coming in.
Yes.
The rubber's starting to move up on the track now, and it's starting to work. Seward's going to get the bye, going down the backstretch as he gets into the D shape there in the back. And look, Clattenburg's going up on Stokes too, and he's going to come out of this looking pretty good if he can hang in there and get on it a little bit quicker, because he's running a higher line. He can get on the throttle a little quicker, and he's going to try and stay out there now and see if he can make a run on Seward.
And talk about guys not being able to pass easy, and Doug Stokes is a good guy to pass easy, because if he realizes he doesn't have the car, he's not going to try to mirror drive anybody or try to brake check them. He gave the guys room if they had to go around him, and they did. So now Greg Seward is now your race leader in this 100-lap MASCAR event at Scotia Speedworld. Dean Clattenburg now in second spot.
Notice just back in the field there going into one, Terry Clattenburg on the outside of Bobby Ewell. Looked like Bobby Ewell had a little bit of an edge on Clattenburg coming out there on the bottom. So Clattenburg may get shuffled back a little bit as he tries to follow Seward. And Dean Clattenburg, the elder Clattenburg, just may not have his car quite set just right for the outside of the track, and he may have to settle for the bottom. We'll have to see. Dean Clattenburg, without a doubt, is going to try everything he can do to get by Seward, because Dean is hungry for a win this season. He had a pretty good season, and he's run well, but the wins have been coming pretty tough. So Dean Clattenburg would like to end the season with a win if he could, and he's going to stay with Seward there and see what he can salvage. Look, Stokes gets shuffled to the outside, a little bit out of shape. Him and Clattenburg are going backwards, and now we got a real problem here. Looks like Leo Cochran, has climbed up onto the back of the Clattenburg car. So we got a real problem there, and I think you're going to see we have a yellow coming out. Yeah, and there they are locked together, the 8 car and the 2 car. And I'm sure Terry Clattenburg is not real tickled with this situation.
Well, it's not what he wanted to see today.
There's your leader, Seward, going, the cleanup crew coming, trying to direct the cars to go high up out of the way there so they don't get interfered. I think we have a little bit of fluid possibly down on the track as well. Drivers are getting out, the safety crew talking to them there and trying to get it righted. There's Leo Cochran climbing out of his car, going to survey the damage, have a look, see what's up.
Things get back underway. Greg Stewart, still your race leader as we had a restart after that incident between Leo Cochran and Terry Clattenburg. Dean Clattenburg still in there for second. Ernie trying to stay with Greg Stewart.
Yep, we get 75 laps complete, Alana. We get 25 laps to go, so it's just a regular Sunday night shootout now, 25-lap feature. And as we see the cars coming down, it looks like we have another yellow flag here. So in the late stages here, we're starting to get some quick yellows. I'm not sure what the deal is here this time, Alana. We'll see if we can pick it up, see what's going on. But they'll get them lined up again, and we'll see if we can get her going again. Everybody obviously had a problem.
Talking about Dean Clattenburg wanting that win, I tell you, Greg Stewart would like to have that win too, because that would really ensure him a big point lead heading into the last MASCAR points race this weekend at Petty Raceway in New Brunswick.
Yeah, it was lap 73 we're on, and that's what we went in on, so it was just a false start. Starter Art Steves didn't like the way the cars lined up for the restart, so he's just going to try and get them to do it again to get it sorted out. Okay, we're going to try it one more time. Alana, see if we can get a clean start this time. Art Steves waves the green flag. Seward, Clattenburg, 1-2. Bobby Ewell in for 3 as they go by Cameron Conrad down through turns 1 and 2. There's Seward down the backstretch into turn 3 all the way.
Terry Clattenburg, who was involved in that incident with Leo Cochran, is now in 4th place, I believe, there. So things didn't turn too bad for him. Bobby Ewell, good day for him, running in 3rd spot.
Yeah, the MASCAR rules, I guess they figure who causes the accident is the guy that goes at the back, and they relegated that Leo Cochran had been the cause of the problem, the cause of the caution. So they gave Clattenburg back his spot. So that's why he's up there. Cochran would be running on the tail end. And there's a good shot of Seward as he goes into 3 again. There's Dean Clattenburg keeping him right well within range. Bobby Ewell's close, Terry Clattenburg, and George Koskulik is now back up into 5th spot.
When the final leg of the 100-lap MASCAR race at Scotia Speedworld, Greg Stewart, current MASCAR points leader, out in front. The second-year MASCAR driver on the tour, Dean Clattenburg, in there for second. Bobby Ewell, 3rd. Terry Clattenburg in 4th spot there. Danny Eddy having some problems today in the number 1.
No yellow. Danny Eddy gets the car righted and underway and made a liar out of me. There is a yellow. Danny Eddy had spun the car in turns 1 and 2, and we have another caution. This is not good for Dean Clattenburg. Dean Clattenburg's car, 78 laps in we had, so we got 22 to go on the green. Dean Clattenburg's car has been working good as the tires heat up. So this is not good news. If Seward can cool his tires, this is not good news for Clattenburg. His chances are getting slimmer and slimmer that he's going to be able to get by unless we get 22 laps of green. Okay, while we're under yellow here, Alana, it looks like Cy Harvey's come to a stop on the front stretch, and he's been black flagged by starter Art Steves for unsportsmanlike conduct a little bit ago there, and a little bit frustrated. Cy just out trying to vent his frustrations a little bit. He's going to go over and talk to MASCAR officials and see if he can let them know that he's not too pleased with the whole deal. There's Eugene Wilkinson, one of the Scotia Speedworld officials, coming out to talk to him. Cy walks away from him and heads towards his car. We'll just see what happens here as he seems to just be walking around. Nothing too major. He's definitely upset. He's not happy with the starter, but he's going to get in, and we'll see what happens here. Cy definitely not happy with the call, whatever brought it on. He's let people know that wasn't a good call. I see he's in the car now, and Eugene Wilkinson stands there with him, talks to him a little bit, and he's got it fired up, and maybe got it fired up. Yep, there he goes. So he'll hopefully head the car pit side, and we'll be able to get the race back underway.
A little bit of temper flares there by Cy Harvey. Goes back in the pits. Good day gone bad for Cy Harvey.
Okay, we're back, all lined up. Cameron Conrad on the inside, the only lapped car in the field. There's Greg Stewart taking the lead, pulling away, putting Conrad maintaining his lap down. He brings the 92 of Dean Clattenburg right with him. Bob Ewell's going to try and get around, make it a 3-way battle. Remember, before the last caution there, we had a 5-way battle for the lead. We're down to single file there right now, but we'll see if they can tighten it up a little bit. We've got about 20 laps left in the race. There's Dean Clattenburg. Remember, we said about the cold tires. They get a chance to cool their tires down. Seward seems to get away a little bit and maybe fades a little bit when the tires heat up. Clattenburg, the last little deal was the tires didn't get to heat up. They only had 5 laps between cautions. So Clattenburg's probably sitting there hoping that there's no more cautions and that he can hunt down Seward. pin him on the inside, maybe make that outside of the racetrack work for him and see if he can pull off a win here at Scotia Speedworld. Actually, this is his home track. Clattenburg grew up racing here at Scotia Speedworld, so he would probably like to win in front of the hometown crowd.
That's right. Big day here at Scotia Speedworld. And talk about a smooth driver, Greg Seward, currently the MASCAR points leader. If a guy's going to be out in front and knows what he's doing and is not going to be prone to make mistakes, it's going to be Greg Seward.
Right on. I just noticed there before, Lana, as they were bringing the cars by, showing the back of the field, the 31 car, Sean Conrad there, has a bumper coming off, so you're going to see a black and orange flag trying to get him off to avoid a yellow, but the bumper is the full width of the car again sideways, so we'll see if we get another glimpse of it. Just if you see the purple Gatorade car there, just take a look at it and see if you see that bumper.
Yeah, that could pose a problem. Sean Conrad in the 31, currently leading the MASCAR rookie points.
Yeah, Sean Conrad over Roger Miller, who we talked about earlier. There's Conrad. No, it's not. I lie. That's the NTN bearing car of. There's Conrad's got slowed down there now, so he's going to try and work his way back to the pit. That was the NTN bearing car of Mike McKenzie, who earlier was a lap down and now has worked his way back up into the top 10. So good day for Mike McKenzie.
As we reach the final leg of this MASCAR event here at Scotia Speedworld, 100 laps. Mention one more weekend racing here at Scotia Speedworld. This weekend we have this Olin Export Street Stock 100 lapper, the Maritime Tire Modified Open Competition, Ernie, as well as the Duke's Invitational, and last points day for Van Horn Mall Women on Wheels.
Yeah, we sure do. And we got some drivers interested and hopefully some fans interested in our modified program that we're going to run this Sunday, Atlanta. It's a little bit different deal, something we've never tried before, and we want to try it for a couple of reasons. The modified 50, we call it. It's a 50-lap race. We're going to start with a green flag, and we're going to count every lap for 50 laps. Caution laps will count. There will be a mandatory pit stop in the infield pit area. If you look between the cement wall and the guardrail there, that's an infield pit area. So we're going to do a pit stop between lap 20 and lap 30, and the guys will have to manually change 2 tires on the car and get the cars back out. So we make laps in about the 17-second range, 16.3, 16.4s, but actual racing laps are about 17 seconds. So it is conceivable that a guy could take somewhere between 6 and 10 laps to pull in and change those tires. Thus, we're going to have a 50-lap race, and they're going to have to make a mandatory pit stop and change 2 tires. So kind of a Winston Cup touch. We're going to qualify with time trials, which is something we have never done and something we promised the guys earlier in the year. So we're going to time trial the cars, see who has the fastest time. We're going to redraw the fastest 10 cars to determine their starting positions, and then we're going to have the mandatory pit stop, which will no doubt put the teamwork, just a little bit of emphasis into how much teamwork actually goes into making one of these cars, and give the crew chiefs and the crew members a little bit of the limelight rather than just the drivers. So we're really looking forward to it. A lot of the crews are talking about it and hyped about it, so we hope everybody comes out to watch it.
Certainly it's going to be a real interesting deal this weekend, racing with the modifieds in that pit competition there, changing the tires, something that's never been done with the modifieds, as well as the time trial. So make sure you come out this weekend at Scotia Speedworld Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Right now we are last 5 or 6 laps, I believe, Ernie, in this MASCAR 100 lap event at Scotia Speedworld. Number 99, Greg Seward, still out in front. Dean Clattenburg chasing him down in second, but looks like Greg Seward has things pretty well under control.
I wonder what the deal is here. Is Clattenburg just waiting to set him up? Does he figure he's got enough to make one shot by him and want to save it for the last lap or two and not give Seward a chance maybe to get it back? Or has he just settled in? I don't think he settled in just looking at that. He's up beside him again going through 1 and 2 there. So
spoke too soon.
He's not settled in. But it's hard to say what's going through the youngster's mind, because Seward's got a lot of experience. He's a smooth driver. He's a smart driver. But there he is again. He's looking on the outside, but he just can't make it work. So he might have to, whether he wants to or not, he may have to settle in here for a good second-place finish.
Meantime, I think Bobby Ewell is running in 3rd. Terry Clattenburg is in 4th.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, but the 6 car is probably back in 5th spot there, the Pasculich car that we've seen earlier leading the race.
Last few laps, it's still Greg Seward. Dean Clattenburg still looking for an opportunity to maybe try to get around Greg Seward, but there we see Bobby Ewell. Terry Clattenburg looking to the outside, but Bobby Ewell hanging on to 3rd spot. George Koskulix is in 5th position. 1st
and 3rd seem to be the positions of choice. There we got a guy a little bit sideways there, but he straightens it up and he's all right. There's Cameron Conrad going to go another lap down
traffic.
And see the 31. And it's checkered flag time all the way through. So Clattenburg just got one shot there in the lap traffic to use Cameron Conrad for a pick. and it didn't work. Seward held him off and takes the win and the championship, Atlanta. All Seward will have to do next Saturday night
Start the race.
is start the race, and the championship will be his, and that'll be his 4th championship in MASCAR, 2nd in a row.
That's right. So it's Greg Seward winning the MASCAR 100 lap event here at Scotia Speedworld Sunday afternoon, September 12th. Dean Clattenburg finishes in 2nd ahead of
Bobby Ewell, Terry Clattenburg, and George Koskulich rounding out the top 5.
Lots of action here at Scotia Speedworld today. We had street stocks, modifieds, MASCAR, some accidents, side-by-side racing, even a fire in the modified event. So
Yeah.
big crowd on hand.
Heated it up for the last show of the year, Atlanta. It's been fun. Look forward to maybe getting together again sometime.
Okay, sounds good. As Greg Seward, number 99, takes the checkered flag around for his victory lap.
Yep, and that's the final MASCAR victory flag for 1993 at Scotia Speedworld, and there is your 1993 MASCAR champion.
So there we have it. Greg Seward wins the MASCAR 100 lap race. Final MASCAR race next weekend, New Brunswick Petty Raceway. Saturday night, again, 2 p.m. start Sunday at Scotia Speedworld. We have modified street stocks, women on wheels, and a Duke's Invitational.